Hello, Bearded Bloggins here, and we've got another trip to Manchester this week. It's the Champions League game against Club Bruges from, is it Belgium? I think it's Belgium. It's a must-win game. If the team wants to qualify for the qualification stages. It's complicated. So me and my dad are travelling up. We're going with another person from the local supporters group. So we'll be driving up this time. We'll be driving all the way because it's a late kickoff. I think it's an 8 p.m. kickoff, and I don't think there are many late trains back to the Midlands or to Stoke at that time of night. So, we shall see how it goes. I don't know. Team's form has been a bit over the place recently, so it's kind of hard to gauge how it will go. But we shall have to wait and see, I guess. It's an important game for the team. They need to win it, so hopefully they will. Hopefully it'll be a good evening either way. I suspect there'll probably be another light show like there was against when was it? Saturday against who was it? Chelsea. We went to see that. Yeah, that was Saturday. So hopefully another good game. But we'll see. And then this is it for a while. I don't think the next home game is for another couple of weeks. Trying to think when it is. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but it's a couple of weeks away now. So got a bit of a break from the football. Because me and my dad are season ticket holders. So I go to pretty much all the home games, and then he goes to a few of the away games because he really enjoys football and is retired, so he's got the time to go to the away games. I find going to too many games just wipes me out. A couple of times over the last few years I've just been completely almost put off football because of how many games we had in quick succession. I think for example I think it was last year we had, it was 3 games in the space of a week, and one was in Copenhagen. So we went out to Copenhagen we had stayed overnight in Copenhagen, and then came back, and then there was a midweek game, and then there was another game the following Saturday. The Saturday of that week if you get what I mean. I think I've not explained that very well. I was knackered out. I was worn out by it because I just, it was a lot of travelling in a short space of time, and I was just like, got to the Saturday, the second Saturday, and I was just like, I don't know. I could do a pretty long break from football here now. It's luckily the fixtures are a bit more spread out this year. So it's not been too bad, but I do find them quite tiring to go quite a lot in quick succession. But it's not too bad if they're spread out. because there's a lot of, because like from where we live here in Warwickshire, it's like on a good day, it's like a 2 hour to 2.5 hour trip each way. So you know that's my post being delivered. So on a good day, it's like a 4 to 5 hour round trip, and then you know you meet up with people in a loud pub, and then you're sat in a loud stadium. So it just is like a very gradual overstimulation, basically, and that I find quite draining, like mentally and physically, because I'm having to put in, you know, so much energy to keep calm and not being overwhelmed or not having a meltdown. So that's why lots of trips can be, you know, exhausting, because you know it requires so much energy to you know remain calm, almost, for want of a better word. But yeah, so luckily it's not been too bad this season. The games have been spread out fairly evenly, and there's not been too many games sort of clustered together. So I do get that break from the overstimulation. So yeah, I think we're past the worst of it now. I think looking at the fixtures, they're more spread out towards May, which is kind of like the end of the Premier League season. So then, you know, depending on how well the club does, depends on you know whether they're still in like the Champions League or the FA Cup for those competitions. So you know, it depends. You know, once the Premier League season is only like another week or two, depending on which competitions you're in after the Premier League. So I think that the season kind of stretches out into sort of the beginning of June, basically, depending on what cups the team is in. So yeah, luckily I think the games are fairly evenly spaced out between now and May. It's usually around the middle of May that the Premier League finishes. So it's not too much of a worry for me at the moment. But yeah, like I say, we'll see how the day goes. We'll see what the result is, if it's a good game or not, or not. And we'll see how the day goes. But yeah, see you in a bit.